It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. Field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Now that's a way to start the ball game. A return all the way across midfield. With the kick return team, they're going to get a big old thank you when they get to the sideline. Nothing like starting your offense with a short field to begin the game.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They run it. It's the rookie out of Michigan State. He's out in the clear. And in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner. 100%.
And to do it on the ground to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the upright. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Straight to the air is Richardson. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. Now here it goes down the right sideline. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
54 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 24.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. This finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he's going to elect not to bring this one out. So no run back this time. We'll pick things up from the 35.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. From the gun, Milrow. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8. 2nd down.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing, getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, But these outcuts, it is so imperative. And the best of them, make it look oh so easy.
Just a yard left to go on second down. To throw, here's Milroe. Dumps it off to his running back. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bucs have the first.
A gain of 12. First down.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He's humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Has room inside the 25. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First down throw here from Milroe. Finds his back complete. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Buccaneers break the tie here in the first. Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Vikings 7.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock. And that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, it's Hall. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that means 3rd down coming up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
That'll be caught by Jackson. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Gotta be lying. Let's go now. Pack the stick. Go.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
First down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They've got 3 tight ends on this 1st and goal, thinking run or play action.
Here we go. Here we go. 19. Cougar 19.
Oh, Richardson fumbled it. The Buccaneers pick it up. Not a ton after the recovery, so they're going to take possession deep in their own territory.
That is such a gut punch as a quarterback. You put in so much work to get down near the goal line, and then you've got to take care of the football. You can't be reckless with the ball. Those defenders are looking to knock it free, and that's exactly what they did, keeping points off the board.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10.
Come on.
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Milroe from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun now for Milroe. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball. And they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Escapes the pocket. And they will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack drives him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. The Buccaneers leading so far. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought down by Gerard Bland.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Milroe throwing on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And Milroe goes into the slide with enough yardage there to pick up that 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd.
rattle it. 18, rattle it. Ready. Panther 11, Panther 11.
To the air, Milrow. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
On the move, headed right. Completed to his running back. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there. Not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
Turnable from the 2. Escapes the defender. And not a bad place for them to start. Up past the 30-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Richardson on first and 10. He's got a man left. And he's going to be a yard shy of the first as they force him out after the gain of 9.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Him on second and all. They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. Offense in the hurry up here.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Third and short yardage here, Richardson. It's his running back. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
To the air on this first down, Richardson. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
No luck on first down. Here's second and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. Trying to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Let's go now. 18, Rattler. Viking, 18. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Richardson on third. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And this doesn't just reach the end zone. He kicked that one all the way through. It's for a touchback. First call here coming from the shotgun. Milrow looking to throw. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. First and 10 now from the 46. Throwing now, Milroe. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Here's Milroe to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Pride connected with Xavier Worthy there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
He finds Worthy complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the gun, Milroe. Headed out right. That one connects. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21.
28, Vikings 7.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. They'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Trap 50, trap 50.
Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end.
Incomplete.
And we'll see what they do here on second down.
At the 25-yard
18
line.
Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let's go. Panther 60,
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. It is caught left side. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Viking 18.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
All right, back to the ground game here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. First down from the 41.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
60 Eagles. Go.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Cut out left. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Working quickly here.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, it's Richardson. Throw left side, complete. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line.
Vikings.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Get up. 70 Rangers. 70. 60.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Got a man downfield. This is Jackson. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts. And they can try a field goal now before halftime. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He's going to field this at the 2. Making some progress here. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. That's exactly what they did. Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Hawk. 60 by.
Coming right is Hall. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Panther 11. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Going for it on 4th. Richardson. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a first down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
First down throw here from Milroe. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers push their lead further to start the half. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers continue piling on to this lead.
Vikings 10.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Ready, go.
Richardson now. That throw behind his intended target.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Richardson. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
60 by...
Now Richardson to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
It's a pickup of 33 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw. When you throw it that deep outside the numbers, it requires a serious fastball, serious arms.
And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings make it an 18-point game.
Buccaneers 35, Vikings 17.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. He's going to field this at the 2. He goes out of bounds on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Finds a man right side. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line.
That's good.
How about 29 yards on 1st down? That's good for a new set of downs.
Ready.
Here's Milrow. 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bucs have the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from the 32.
Let's go. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
Cut 19. Come on. Let's go.
From the red zone now. Bails out of the pocket quick. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
The Buccaneers can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24.
The kicker on.
They'll try this extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers grow their lead yet again.
42, Vikings 17.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And this will give them some decent field position here, partner, and this gets out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
72. Bronco 80.
Richardson back to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Maverick, 60 Maverick. 70. Mustang Knights, Cowboy 80. Warrior 70.
Richardson. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Floating back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Here he goes again. He could do it. That's a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive.
Okay, we hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. This guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers continue adding on to that lead.
17.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Vikings to the line now. Here's first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
To the air on his first down. Richardson finds him over the middle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
32-yard line.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's going to be the Vikings who have the football, Brock, but given that score, they're going to need points every time out from here on. First and 10 from the 32.
Let's go. Ready.
To throw, Richardson. Catch made over the middle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
To number 3.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 27-yard line.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And they find them after just a yard, and it's third down.
Ball carrier tackled at the 25-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up third and 3.
18, Pioneer. Let's go.
Throwing now, Richardson. That's complete to Jackson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense in the hurry up here.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
From the red zone on first. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throw caught at the 6. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Vikings 24.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
On the jump.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Drop. Panther 60. Panther 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Milrow from the gun. Look at that power. Deep left side. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready. Viking 18. 79 Broncos.
From the gun, Milrow. He's loaded another one up. He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers keep running away with this. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers tack on 7 more to their lead.
56, Vikings 24.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Connects with his back. Hall. Well, he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
19 yards. And the Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. He takes it down to the 33. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Mustang 19.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's go now. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, and to do so.
And they take this in for the score. The Vikings making the scoreboard look a touch better. Breece Hall with the touchdown.
That's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings will trail by 25. The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. This taken from the 12. And he's going to be touched down as that one comes to an end.
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
On the set.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Here we go. 65 catch. Cougar.
To throw, here's Milrow. Forced out to his right. That's completed right side. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Get it.
Milrow with it on first. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
He's just going to hook this one into about row C there, and some lucky fan going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Hauled in by Worthy, right side. Down to the 44-yard line as he nearly picks up the first. Offense up to the line fast.
Again, 10 brings up third and inches.
Here's the give on third and short. And he'll get them enough for a first down. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Buccaneers moments away from celebrating their 14th win this season. First down throw here from Milrow. Rolling left, buying some time. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
It's a double-edged sword. I totally understand. These quarterbacks today are so athletic, and they love to keep plays alive, but it can turn smaller losses into much bigger setbacks like we see yet again.
Following the sack, they need a big chunky yards here, Brock. It is second down and very long.
18, Rattler. Viking, 18. Buffalo, 18. Ready.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Buys time, rolling right. Sends this to the end zone. And the coverage holds up. Nicely done. They were tested, but they knock it away in the end zone. That's going to bring up third down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player, and now as a coach, please don't do that again.
Third and long for him here. He's going to try another deep one here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And now they're staring at fourth and long.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on third down than they did on second. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. It's a fake, direct snap to the up man. He's hauled down before he can pay off that gamble as their creativity is rewarded with a turnover on downs.
At the 41-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's first and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Offensive line, this is second and 4. Now Richardson to throw. Finds his man over the middle. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
First down.
Running clock adding a sense of urgency to these proceedings.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
touchdown. His third of the game on the ground.
For the extra
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings make it an 18-point game.
56. Vikings 38.
The Vikings have it teed up, and play resumes with the kick. He's going to field this at the 2. Spins out of one stop. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Hold the ready.
Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're going to pass it here. This is a heater going deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers put up even more points in a win. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead.
63. Vikings 38.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And with a shot, this game is over. So it's a